you for another video, another live stream, as I do every weekend. And this is the Always So Close and Still Within Reach live stream, and I'll explain where that title comes from a little bit later on in the show, actually at the very end, so that'll kind of motivate you to stick around, hopefully. But anyway, this is one of my more positive records, which is always fun. And it was just kind of written with some reflections in mind of the person and people that really make me happy. And this first song was inspired by a Jackson Browne song and a Maurice Williams song, technically speaking. So the Jackson Browne song is The Loadout and Stay, a medley of those two songs. He rewrote the lyrics for Stay to make them fit with Running on Empty, but it was originally by Maurice Williams and the Zodiacs and written by Maurice when he was like 15 years old or something. My falsetto is not, it's fine, but it works itself out better if I'm playing it on guitar, but this works out better on piano. So just, if you don't hear falsetto, don't be alarmed. But this song was written after seeing a friend of mine who moved away from Memphis, about 4 years ago. And I really hadn't seen her, in those 4 years, even though we communicated and things like that. So this is The Road Back and Tender Little Moments, along with The Loadout and Stay, and I hope you enjoy both of them. Well, you came back to Memphis. It was good to clear the air. Down to the exact date, I can still picture everything that happened there. I was the one who allowed you to slowly tear down your walls. We went from driving 160 to no longer hanging out at all. Things can never be the same between us, but I'm happy for you nonetheless. Your life is better than you could have imagined. After you decided to go out west, you left these blue eyes crying and made me a little more shy. It makes it hard for me to make my feelings known, and there's really no good reason why. Now I got a woman also on the West Coast who means everything to me. I couldn't tell her how I felt before I left, before I had to set her free. We also had it off for a pretty little time, but I left that one alone. 'Cause I didn't want to ever re-meet of you, where I became somebody she used to know. I'm trying to live in the tender little moments, and at the same time don't want them to run out. The way make her smile. It drives my mind wild. I feel just like a child, carefree, and I haven't felt that way in a while. I wanna lie of these tender little moments, and I managed to tell everyone but her. Yeah, I'm trying to live in these tender little moments, and at the same time don't want them to run now. The way I make her smile, it drives my head wild. Yeah, I feel just like a child, carefree, and I haven't felt that way in a while. I wanna live in these tender little moments, and I managed to tell everyone but her. Now the seats are all empty, let the roadies take the stage, pack it up and tear it down. They're the first to come and the last to leave, working for that minimum wage. They'll set it up in another town. Tonight the people were so fine, they waited there in line, and when they got 'em on their feet, they made the show. And that was sweet, but I can hear the sound of slamming doors and folding chairs, and that's a sound they'll never know. Now roll them cases out and lift them maps, haul them trusses down and get 'em up them ramps. 'Cause you know that when it comes to moving me, you know you guys are the champs. But when that last guitar's been packed away, you know I still wanna play. So just make sure you got it all set to go before you come for my piano. But the band is on the bus, and they're all waiting to go. We've gotta drive all night and do a show in Chicago or Detroit. I don't know. We do so many shows in a row, and these towns all look the same. We just pass the time in our hotel rooms and wander around backstage till those lights come up and we hear that crowd and we remember why we came. Now we got country western on the bus, R&B, we got disco, in 8 tracks and cassettes on stereo. We got rural scenes and magazines, we got truckers on CB, we got Richard Pryor on the video. We got time to think of the ones we love. short is the time we get to play. People, you got the power over what we do. You can sit there and wait, or you can pull us through. Come along, sing the song. You know you can't go wrong. 'Cause when that morning sun comes beating down, you're gonna wake 'em in your town. But we'll be scheduled to meet 1,000 miles away from here. Maple stay just a little bit longer. We wanna play just a little bit more. Now the promoter don't mind, and the union don't mind, if we take a little time and we leave it all behind and sing one more song. Oh, won't you stay just a little bit longer? Please, 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 say you will, say you will. Oh, won't you stay just a little bit longer? Oh, please, please, stay just a little bit more. Now the promoter don't mind, and the roadies don't mind, if we take a little time and leave this all behind and sing one more song. All right, and that was The Road Back and Tender Little Moments paired with The Loadout and Stay by Jackson Browne / Maurice Williams and the Zodiacs. This is such a unique album, that Running on Empty. That it was a live album, kind of, but it had some tracks recorded from the road or about the road. So not really in a full-on studio, but still technically studio recordings and all of that. And all new songs, obviously. Normally live albums are, the hits and all of that. And so it was just a really unique idea from Jackson Browne to do. Probably took a little bit of convincing, but he also was signed to Asylum Records, which was very artist-friendly at the time. And I think still kind of is. It's a little bit more in a pop direction at this point, but supposedly, like balladeers and stuff like Ed Sheeran and things like that. So, there can still be that creative flexibility. So we'll come back to the keyboard in just a second, because there's another really cool song that I'm going to play there in just a second. But this song was inspired by Smooth by Santana and Rob Thomas. And this is a song called For Life. And I'm going to play both songs, I should say. So For Life and Smooth. So I hope you enjoy both of them. Can't send the memo. I love you more than you will ever know. You're the one person for whom I wouldn't go anywhere on this earth, you say. That's a big statement. My feelings remain in the basement, but there is simply no replacement for you if your love went away. And I know I just want something more. I built up my walls, lined up my doors, so it's a big deal that I'm willing to concede. You're who I want and need. It's a combo of sarcasm in a gentle way, just knowing that all times the right things to say. You're everything I wanted, I want you for life. So give me all you can be, as long as you're existing. Don't have the answers when life's got the moves of a dancer, but then we fall into a banter and everything will work out. Told everybody except for you about your loving. If you knew how I was dubbing you, in my mind you wouldn't have any doubts. And I know I just want something more. I built up my walls, locked all my doors, so it's a big deal that I'm willing to concede. You're who I want and need. It's a combo of sarcasm in a gentle way, just knowing that all times the right things to say. You're everything I wanted, I want you for life. So give me all you can be, as long as you're existing. It's a combo of sarcasm in a gentle way, just knowing that all times the right things to say. You're everything I wanted, I want you for life. So give me all you can be, as long as you're existing. It's a combo of sarcasm in a gentle way, just knowing that all times the right things to say. You're everything I wanted, I want you for life. So give me all you can be, as long as you're existing. 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 Man, it's a hot one, like 7 inches from the midday sun. I hear you whispering the words, man, everyone, but you stay so cool. My muñequita, my Spanish Harlem Mona Lisa. You're the reason for my reason, the stem in my every groove. Yeah, if you said this life ain't good enough, I would give my world to lift you up. I could change my life to better suit your mood, 'cause you're so smooth. And it's just like the ocean under the moon. It's the same as the emotion that I get from you. You're everything I want, be so smooth. Give me your heart, make it real, or else forget about it. I'll tell you one thing, if you would leave it, it'd be a crying shame. In every breath, in every word, I hear your name calling me out. I'm from the barrio, you hear my rhythm on your radio. You feel the turning of your world so soft and slow, turning you round and round. If you said this life ain't good enough, I would give my world to lift you up. I could change my life to better suit your mood, 'cause you're so smooth. And it's just like the ocean under the moon. It's the same as the emotion that I had for you. You got the kind of loving that can be so smooth. Give me your heart, make it real, or else forget about it. And it's just like the ocean under the moon. It's the same as the emotion that I get from you. You got the kind of loving that can be so smooth. Give me your heart, make it real, or else forget about it. Or else forget about it. Or else forget about it. Let's don't forget about it. Let's don't forget about it. All right, and that was For Life and Smooth, the second one, being by Santana and Rob Thomas. Sorry, I just gotta plug up my laptop here so I don't run out of juice. So, if you ever get the chance, I think it was Rolling Stone that did a couple of years ago, when that song turned 20, they did like an oral history of the song Smooth, and it was really, really interesting to see how it all came together. And Rob Thomas was a relatively new name, really, in 1999, because at that point Matchbox 20 had just released their first album, and it was obviously very successful, but it wasn't. It was really still early into his career, and so it was just a really, really random thing. But they talk about having two pre-choruses in there, or two choruses essentially. So the "This Life Ain't Good Enough" part had to be turned into a pre-chorus, and Rob Thomas was dating at the time, is married to now, a Latina woman, and so he kind of had these rhythms that were still part of his life, and he was able to kind of do a rewrite, and it was a really, really interesting thing how that came about. But speaking of songwriters that I really like, that's actually going to be pretty much everybody that I ever play. Every once in a while I'll throw in a wild card, somebody that I'm not a huge fan of, but still manage to inspire something on here. So this next song was inspired by Showboat by Josh Ritter, and it is a song that is called "Don't Want to Move On," and so I'm going to play both of those, and then I have a little bit of a wild card in there for you as well, that I'm going to play and not talk about until afterwards, because you wouldn't believe me if I told you. So this is "Don't Want to Move On," Showboat, and the wild card. Filling out the gaps you left, always had me out of breath. I wish that I'd had the guts to say all the things stuck in my mind, the words I couldn't seem to find before you decided to walk away. The days without you just get worse. The people on the Tinderverse make me feel so lonesome and so blue. Yeah, I've had women who love my every motion. They got most of the secret potion, but they aren't you. Don't wanna move on. Don't wanna try to find what I know I left behind, or what you took with you when you got gone. Don't wanna move on. I've told everyone but you that you'll be mine one day soon, 'cause it was meant to be all along. When we have a gathering, it always means everything. I didn't lose hope even when you were with him. But I'm scared to death of a misread. It's possible you don't love me, and my chances of a yes are rather slim. But there's something in me keeps on nudging, 'cause my love just keeps on searching, and I can't shut the door until I know how big a mistake it was to not tell you I'm in love the night before I had to let you go. Don't wanna move on. Don't wanna try to find what I know I left behind, or what you took with you when you got gone. Don't wanna move on. I've told everyone but you that you'll be mine one day soon, 'cause it was meant to be all along. I could be in a bar full of Katie's, Marla's, Megan's, Maya's, Stacy's, with beer and liquor at a discount price. But I'd still wanna leave the place if I couldn't see your face for more time than just a single night. In Oxford yelling hotty-toddy, Thursdays with Nate at the Peabody. Nothing that tries to fill the void will do. There's nothing on this earth that could give me a feeling worth any more than what I feel when I'm with you. Don't wanna move on. Don't wanna try to find what I know I left behind, or what you took with you when you got gone. Don't wanna move on. I've told everyone but you that you'll be mine one day soon, 'cause it was meant to be all along. Don't wanna move on. Don't wanna try to find what I know I left behind, what you took with you when you got gone. Don't wanna move on. I've told everyone but you that you'll be mine one day soon, 'cause it was meant to be all along. Every time it rains it pours, I pray it rains just a little more on me, 'cause I'm the guy who never cries, and I gotta keep my reputation clean. Here's a helpful tip: the rain administered with raindrops may help to hide the tears a little more. Which is why a guy who never cries looks up at the sky with hopeful eyes, hoping when it finally rains and pours. I'm just a showboat. Won't catch me crying, no, won't catch me showing any hurt. I'm just a showboat, pretending I can stay afloat, pretending I ain't singing over her. Every time the sun goes down, I pray the sunlight takes the sound as well, 'cause I'm the guy who never cries, and I gotta keep the main up to myself. No light to see me shaking, no sound to hear me breaking, no sound to hear the teardrops hit the floor. Which is why a man who never cries stays up all night with hopeful eyes, hoping when it finally rains and pours. I'm just a showboat. Won't catch me crying, no, won't catch me showing any hurt. I'm just a showboat, pretending I can stay afloat, pretending I ain't singing over her. Every time I think of her, I wonder if she ever thinks of me. Out all night and running wild, the latest styles, the greatest company. With laughter, lights, and drinking, trying on and keep from thinking and seeking more what he is searching for. Which is why a guy who never cries looks up at the sky with desperate eyes, hoping when it finally rains and pours. I'm just a showboat, Old King Thunderbolt, Mr. Laban Thames Roll, the only dog in every fight, the only guy who's dynamite, the only guy who never cries, he's never lonesome all the time. See him dancing up on tables, Shauna's, Lisa's, Ethel's, Mabel's, though he looks a little tired, one eye always pointed skyward, waiting for a drop of rain to fall in him at the pain, to fall in him to lift the boat, sewing and then he's still afloat, pretending he ain't singing, no, pretending he ain't singing over her. Ain't it just like one of us to make up the morning call after a couple drinks? Say how you been, I've been wondering if maybe you've been thinking about me. And somewhere in the conversation, an old familiar invitation always arrives. I may hate myself in the morning, but I'm gonna love you tonight. Everyone's known someone that they can just help a while, even though we just can't make it work out. Well, the want to will lingers on. So once again we wind up in each other's arms, pretending that it is right. Yeah, I made myself in the morning, but I'm gonna love you tonight. I know it's wrong, but it ain't easy moving on. So I can't do friends, remember the good times once again. Tomorrow when I wake up, I'll be feeling a little guilty and a little sad, thinking how it used to be before everything went bad. I guess that's what it is in lonely late night calls like this that we try to find. And I made myself in the morning, but I'm gonna love you tonight. I made myself in the morning, but I'm gonna love you tonight. All right, and that was Don't Wanna Move On, Showboat, and also I May Hate Myself in the Morning, the Leanne Womack song. So that song appeared on, officially appeared on There's More Where That Came From, the Leanne Womack album of 2005. But then appeared on my Faith, Hope, and Love set list, which I don't play all that often. It's a good set of songs, just, it's a little bit weird to play sometimes. But anyway, that was on that set, and so I like pulling it out every once in a while because it is a really good song, relevant song, and all of that. So Speaking of really good songs, this is one that was inspired by a Bailey Bigger song. And for those of you who don't know, um, Bailey is a singer songwriter based in Memphis from Marion, Arkansas. Originally, really, really good singer songwriter. Reminds me of a cross between Joan Baez and Joni Mitchell. And so this song was inspired by Time's Gonna Tell, a song of hers that you can check out on Spotify, and I'll post the link a little bit later. But this is Can't Let You Go Again and Time's Gonna Tell. And I'm going to play it on piano and keyboard because I enjoy disappointing two Biggers at once. Wiley Bigger played piano on this song on the studio recording, and he's another phenomenal musician, Bailey's brother as well. So I hope you enjoy both of them. This is Can't Let You Go Again and Time's Gonna Tell. You got this way about you of calming my nerves. Nothing I tell you will be rendered absurd. I don't feel in a cycle of which I'll get bored. There ain't no one like you, though this earth has been scorched. I know this may seem sudden, but I've always had this loving, and I can't let you go again. I got this way about me that you support, because you care and not as a matter of course. We couldn't be more different, that's part of the appeal. And damn all the distance, that can't change how I feel. Yeah, I know this may seem sudden, but I've always had this loving, and I can't let you go again. I build on what's bigger, my heart or the pulling trigger, and no one could make the shattered mesas fit. I loved so much smaller, now all I wanna do is holler how I love the good and bad you emit. I know this may seem sudden, but I've always had this loving, and I can't let you go again. I know this may seem sudden, but I've always had this loving, and I can't let you go again. In early April, in a cafe with picture frames and books, the smell of incense and lots of snooty looks. When suddenly bumped into me, you didn't quite mend the room. Didn't think of it much until I turned around. A few years later in the summer, our eyes met once again. Our names we exchanged and my heart sure did skip. It feels so right, don't you know, to stand so close, the only one I see in a crowded room. Oh, I think time's gonna tell, and some days don't go as well as the others. But look here, you can see the stars from LA, and time's gonna lead us the rest of the way. You move along with the music, and I watch you play those strings. How the lights and the crowds seem to gain so much publicity, but I saw you in the distance, and your voice called out my name. And I think it's safe to say, I think time's gonna tell, and some days don't go as well as the others. But look here, you can see the stars from LA, and time's gonna lead us the rest of the way. Oh, I've searched for years, and you have made it so clear. Great things take delicate time, so I'll patiently wait till I can call you mine. No, I think time's gonna tell, and some days don't go as well as the others. But look here, you can see the stars from LA, and time's gonna lead us, time's gonna lead us, time's gonna lead us the rest of the way. All right, and that was Can't Let You Go Again, and Time's Gonna Tell. That second one is a Bailey cover. I've got actually one more local Memphis artist song that's going to be coming up in a little bit. But this next one is a song that was inspired by Semi-Charmed Life, I should say, by Third Eye Blind. And so that is going to be our next medley, and I sure hope you enjoy it. I ran around trying to find someone who gave me what you do. Came to realize I felt empty, and what I was missing was you. See, I've been thinking all this time about how I let you go, and that was the right number, but I never did let you know. Now I'm trying to get back, and I'm learning things about you I never did the first time around. Now I'm trying to get back, and now you know I love you. I promise I'll try to never let you down. You were someone else last summer, and I thought you'd slipped away, but you left that life behind, and with every brand new day, you know that summer was bad for me too. I was dealing with a ton, but I feel so calm when we talk. Now I'm reconvinced you can be the one. Now I'm trying to get back, and I'm learning things about you I never did the first time around. Now I'm trying to get back. I love you and I promise I'll try not to let you down. I knew I could do better every time you weren't there. I guess the thought of life without your love kinda makes me scared. Can't promise perfection, but I promise if you're mine, I'll try to be a little bit better with each day that passes by. Now I'm trying to get back, and I'm learning things about you I never did the first time around. Now I'm trying to get back. I love you and I promise I'll try not to let you down. Now I'm trying to get you back, and I'm learning things about you I never did the first time around. Now I'm trying to get back. I love you and I promise I won't ever let you down. And I promise I'll try not to let you down. I'm packed and I'm old and I'm smiling. She's living, she's golden. She young for me, says she lives for me. Ovation Her own motivation, she comes round and she goes down on me, and I make her smile like a drug for you. Do whatever you wanna do, coming all over you, keep on smiling what we can go through. One step to the rhythm that divides you, and I speak to you like a chorus to a verse. Chop another line like a coda from a curse. Come on in like a freak that takes the stage. We give her the games we play. She said, I want something else to get me through this. Semi-jump kind of life. Baby, baby, I want something else. Not listening when you say goodbye. The sky was gold, it was rose. I was taking sips of it through my nose, and I wish that I could get back there, someplace back there. I was smiling at the pictures that you would take, doing crystal meth will lift you up until you break. I won't stop, I won't come down, keeping a tick-tock rhythm up for the drum. And then I bumped up, I took a hit that I was given. Then I bumped again, and I said, how do I get back there to the place I fell asleep inside you? How do I get myself back to the place where you said I want something else to get me through this semi-jump kind of line? Baby, baby, I want something else. Not listening when you say goodbye. I believe in the sand beneath my toes. The beach gives a feeling, an earthly feeling. I believe in the faith that grows, and the 4 chords can make you cry when I'm with you. Feel like I could die, and that will be alright, alright. And when the plane came in, she said she was crashing. The velvet rips the city. We were trapped on the urge to feel alive. Now I'm struggling to survive those days we were wearing out that velvet dress. You're a priestess, I must confess. Those little red panties pass the test. Slide up around the belly, face down on the mattress. One, and you old me and we're broken. Still that's all I wanna do, just a little now. Feel myself heading off the ground. I'm scared, I'm not coming down. I'm scared, I'm not coming down. And she said, I want something else to get me through this semi-jump kind of line. Baby, baby, I want something else. Not listening when you say goodbye, goodbye. All right, and that was Trying to Get Back and Semi-Charmed Life. So in case you haven't kind of pieced this together, a lot of the themes on this particular record are, kind of centered around trying to get back to the way that you once felt. And I meant to talk about that Josh Ritter inspiration too. That there's the, what is it in his song? It's the Shauna's, Lisa's, Ethel's, Mabel's. And so that was kind of the idea that, like, you can throw any name in there that you want, but they're not going to be this person. And most of the names were just kind of made up in my song. I mean, not made up, they're obviously real names. But most of them were not based on anybody, but Native to Peabody is an actual person. So that was one of those fun things. But anyway, this next song is one that was inspired by just like Tom Thumb's blues and it is called Toma Thumbs Blues. And I'm going to play both of them because that I probably played just like Tom Thumbs Blues a little bit recently, but Bob Dylan is kind of the exception. I've been trying to switch up my sets and inspirations and all of that, but obviously, like I said, Dylan's a little bit of an exception. So this is Toma Thumbs Blues, and just like Tom Thumbs Blues. When you can let go of your anger, it's amazing all the things that can be done. It's not too hard to imagine forever with me calling another one. And after all you've been through, you say it's about time, not that has me stunned. Because you're sick of living life trying to figure out just what it is you've done. Rosalina sure knows how to make an anxious man feel at ease. She took her love down 61, then took it both to the west and east. But now my love for her since the day she went away has just increased. She's paying rent in my head, but I'd like for her to just sign the lease. When will the universe just realize that I'm ready for a new start? And I'm ready for a taster in my mouth that doesn't come off as tart. 'Cause I know loving someone isn't meant for the faint of heart. I've had to go off the menu, but I think this time I'll order a la carte. When you're lost in the rain in Juarez, and it's Easter time too, and your gravity fails and negativity don't put you through. Don't put on any airs when you're down on Rumong Avenue. They got some hungry women there, and they really make a mess out of you. Now if you see Saint Annie, please tell her thanks a lot. I cannot move, my fingers are up tied up in a knot. And I don't have the strength to get up and take another shot. And my best friend, my doctor, won't even say what it is I got. Sweet Melinda, the peasants call her the goddess of the glue. She speaks good English and she invites you up into her room. And you're so kind and careful not to go to her too soon. And she takes your voice and leaves you howling at the moon. Up on Housing Project Hill, it's either fortune or fame. You must pick up one or the other, though neither of them ought to be what they claim. If you're looking to get silly, you better go back new from where you came. Because the cops don't need you, and man, they expect the same. Now all the authorities, they just stand around and boast how they blackmailed the sergeant at arms into leaving his post and picking up an angel who just arrived here from the coast, who looked so fine at first but left looking just like a ghost. I started out on Burgundy, but I soon in the hotter stuff. Everybody said they'd stand behind me when the game got rough. But the joke was on me, there was nobody even there to call my bluff. I'm going back to New York City, I do believe that I've had enough. Alright, and that was Toma Thumb's Blues, and just like Tom Thumb's Blues, that is that. Yeah. See, got some new viewers, which is great. Let's see if they said anything. No, they did not, but if you would like to say hi, please leave a comment, and I appreciate you tuning in. Everybody who's tuning in, I appreciate you guys. Yeah, that's awesome. Yeah, so I was looking up the Just Like Tom Thumb's Blues, and there are a lot of, as is the case with a lot of Dylan songs, there are a lot of literary references, and he draws heavily from I think it was the Rue Morgue Murders by Edgar Allan Poe, and then there was some Jack Kerouac in there as well that kind of inspired the characters in those songs. But that's I say one of my favorites from Highway 61 Revisited, but that's really ridiculous to say, because every one of those songs is one of my favorite Bob Dylan songs. That's just an insanely good album. And he's still at it, by the way. He has a show on July 18th that is a virtual show that I'm really, really excited about. And last year he released an album called Rough and Rowdy Ways, and it had this song on it, I Contain Multitudes, and this was kind of the like spoken word vibe almost, except like set to music, I guess. But this was inspired by something. Well, I mean, everything that I play is inspired by something I wrote, but something that wasn't necessarily originally a song. It wasn't like a poem or anything, but it was just like a bunch of words on paper. And I'm like, all right, let's, throw this in a song. But, kind of just set it to music. So it's not like I'm just talking. But this is a song called More With You, and I Contain Multitudes as well. Play after that. This may or may not seem like it's coming out of nowhere, but I'm okay with that. Ever since you left town, I've been trying and failing to replicate what we had. We both have anxiety, I'd like to put yours to an end. You have this natural ability in your mind to forget. I have so much pain that's built up and taken too long to heal. But I know I want to get to more with you, and I can't help the way I feel. I can tell you anything, and I know you won't judge. You can call it what you want. I'd like to think that it's love. The thought of leaving Memphis scares me. My friends have seen me at my worst. But you're in that group too, and are the only one who can break the curse. There's just something about your energy that gives me such a thrill. I'm tired of trying to replicate that, and I don't know if I ever will. I know we can have a future, one that's strong and real. I want to get to more with you, and I can't help the way I feel. Today, tomorrow, and yesterday too. The flowers are dying, like all things do. Follow me close, I'm going to Bali Nali. I'll lose my mind if you don't come with me. I fuss with my hair and I fight blood feuds. I contain multitudes. Got a telltale heart like Mr. Poe. Got skeletons in the walls of people you know. I'll drink to the truth of the things we said. I'll drink to the man that shares your bed. I paint landscapes, I paint nudes. I contain multitudes. A red Cadillac and the black mustache. Rings on my fingers that sparkle and flash. Tell me what's next. What shall we do? Half my soul, baby, belongs to you. I rollick and frolic with all the young dudes. I contain multitudes. I'm just like Anne Frank, like Indiana Jones, and them British bad boys, the Rolling Stones. I go right to the edge, I go right to the end. I go right where all things lost are made good again. I sing songs of experience like William Blake. I have no apologies to make. Everything's flowing all at the same time. I live on the boulevard. I drive fast cars and I eat fast foods. I contain multitudes. Pink pedal pushers in red blue jeans. All the pretty maids and all the old queens. All the old queens from my past lives. I carry 4 pistols and 2 large knives. I'm a man of contradictions and a man of many moods. I contain multitudes. Get lost, madam. Get up off my knee. And keep your mouth away from me. I'll keep the path open, the path in my mind. I'll see to it that there's no love left behind. I play Beethoven's sonatas and Chopin's preludes. I contain multitudes. All right, and that was More With You and I Contain Multitudes by Bob Dylan. Second one, like I said, being by Bob Dylan. And that was off of his most recent album, which was not that long ago, just about a year ago. I think it was June 19th of last year. In fact, yes, I know for sure it was June 19th of last year, and 2020 that was. And that was that. So this next song was inspired by Honeybee by Blake Shelton, and this is a song called More With You. Or I'm sorry, that was the last one. This is a song called Choose You Again. And there was actually a line in here that was inspired by Maroon 5's song called Who I Am. So they deserve some credit for inspiring me as well on this one. But this is Choose You Again and Honeybee. This is a long time coming, had to let you go off running, but you set the bar so high, why can't you be the one? Haven't said I love you yet, but please know my mind is sad. There's no way I'm turning down a chance to bring back the sun. You can get me in a way, not shown by any other. The thought of someone else for life just makes me shudder. I know that it was you. I am no love, my friends. Could wait a couple more lifetimes, but I still choose you again. This may be coming out of nowhere, but in the end, you know I don't care. I've had him boiling up since that August night. You can tell me whatever, every day somehow gets better. That's how I know we were not meant for that goodbye. You can get me in a way, not shown by any other. The thought of someone else for life just makes me shudder. I know that it was you. I am no longer my friends. Could wait a couple more lifetimes, but I'll still choose you again. You get me in a way, not shown by any other. The thought of someone else for life just makes me shudder. I know that it was you. I know all my friends. Could wait a couple more lifetimes, but I'd still choose you again. You get me in a way, not shown by any other. The thought of someone else for life just makes me shudder. I know that it was you. I am no love, my friends. Could wait a couple more lifetimes, but I'd still choose you again. I'd still choose you again. Girl, I've been thinking about us, and you know I ain't good at this stuff. These feelings piling up won't give me no rest. This might come out a little crazy, a little sideways, yeah maybe. Don't know how long it'll take me, but I'll do my best. You'll be my soft and sweet, I'll be your strong and steady. You'll be my glass of wine, I'll be your shot of whiskey. You'll be my sunny day, I'll be your shady tree. You'll be my honeysuckle, I'll be your honeybee. Yeah, they came out a little country, but every word was right on the money. And I got you smiling, honey, right back at me. Now hold on, 'cause I ain't done. There's more where that came from. Well, you know I'm just having fun, but seriously. You mean my Louisiana, I'll mean your Mississippi. You mean my little Loretta, I'll mean your Conway Twitty. You mean my sugar baby, I'll mean your sweet iced tea. You mean my honeysuckle, I'll mean your honey bee. Youngest just said it all. I'm glad we had this talk. Nothing left to do but fall in each other's arms. Could've said I love you, could've wrote you a line or two. Baby, all I know to do is speak right from the heart. You mean my soft and sweet, I'll mean strong and steady. You mean my glass of wine, I'll mean a shot of whiskey. You mean my sunny day, I'll mean a shady tree. I'll mean my honeysuckle, I'll mean a honey bee. You mean my Louisiana, I'll mean a Mississippi. You mean my little Loretta, I'll be a Conway Twitty. You mean my sugar baby, I'll be a sweet iced tea. You mean my honeysuckle, I'll be a honey bee. I'll be a honey bee. All right, and that was Choose You Again and Honeybee. Honeybee is, believe it or not, like 10 years old. The Red River Blue was released in 2011, which is just wild. It doesn't seem like that long ago, but there you go. Especially since they're on like season 100 of The Voice, and that was debuted in season 1. So this next song, I promised another Memphis artist that I was going to play, and this is it. This is a song called Siren, and it was inspired by Tattoos and Jesus, which is a song by Joe Johnson. Semi-Average Joe is how he's known in the music community. And I will talk about him a little bit more after these two songs. So this is Siren and Tattoos and Jesus. Left Laredo in 2006, made Memphis, Tennessee part of the mix. A tumor transplant completely rocked my world. But my Laredo lady for the longest time has put a thought deep in my mind that a good thing is always bound to unfurl. Left my common sense and the dry cleaner. I fell for the demeanor of a Midwestern Virgo goddess in Memphis town. She was a West Coast drifter, but in a heartbeat I would pick her to be a siren. In a heartbeat I'm alone now. Folks thought it was over when she moved away. In my heart I knew I'd have the final say, and I'll say she's the one until the day I croak. Planes and computers, just so I know, loser, I'll make it happen. I ain't just blowing smoke. Left my common sense and the dry cleaner. I fell for the demeanor of a Midwestern Virgo goddess in Memphis town. She was a West Coast drifter, but in a heartbeat I would pick her to me the siren. In a heartbeat I'm alone now. None of this makes sense, but I don't really care. Happiness I know is right where she is, and I know her heart belongs with me. There's just something about us that has always ticked Something about a love that always sticks, and when I'm without her, that's too big a price of feeling free. Left my common sense in the dry cleaner. I fell for the demeanor of a Midwestern Virgo goddess in Memphis town. She was a West Coast drifter, but in a heartbeat I would pick her to be the siren in a heartbeat on my low down. Let my common sense in the dry cleaner. I fell for the demeanor of a Midwestern Virgo goddess in Memphis town. She was a West Coast drifter, but in a heartbeat I would pick her to me the siren in a heartbeat on my low now. To me the universe, drop me in your murmurers, now embrace me, the flowers from this field. Rolling with the windows down, my head spinning round and round. Need a truck stop dinner instead of paying bills. Listen to the radio, 2 a.m. the only show, crop circle songs, jamming coast to coast. We got tattoos and Jesus, finding blessings in the breezes. Each good day is a day above the ground. Coffee and cigarettes, no future, no regrets. Won't you wake me up and live right here, right now? I like your trashy high heels and your high t-shirt, your southern drawl and the way you twerk, the way you scream, I'll make Virginia go to hell. Won't you run your fingers down my spine, girl? You smell like patchouli and you taste like wine. Skip the dancing, come on, let's mess up my bed. We got tattoos and Jesus, finding blessings in the breezes. Each good day is a day above the ground. Coffee and cigarettes, no future, no regrets. Won't you wake me up and live right here, right now? Won't you wake me up and live right here, right now? All right, and that was Siren and Tattoos and Jesus. So the hook to my song, I came across that phrase online, that left my common sense at the dry cleaner, and it's like, I like that, and I'm going to use that in a song, and so I did. The vibe that I got from it was that Tattoos and Jesus song by Joe Johnson, Semi-Average Joe. Check his music out, and I'm not sure where he's playing these days. He used to play at Bombtie quite a bit, but just follow him on social media, and you'll figure it out. He is, I think, the most entertaining artist in Memphis, just because he knows how to work a crowd better than anybody I've ever seen, really good songwriter, great guy, great producer. He does it all. So I just have one more, one more song for you. And this is a song called Rosie. And it was inspired by Sarah by Bob Dylan, which was the 9th and final track on Desire. His proper follow-up to Blood on the Tracks. Technically, the Basement Tapes was his follow-up, but that was released before Blood, or it was recorded before Blood on the Tracks. But this is a really good song, Sarah, and my song. I think you'll be able to figure out the twist before I tell you. But if not, I'll recap before I sign off. So this is Rosie and Sarah. I once met a Georgia beach out in Spain. She always found a way to light up my world, but all of the darkness she covertly contained. In a matter of time, found a way to unfurl. Rosie, tell me, when did it go wrong so long ago? Rosie, Rosie, why can't I bring myself to regain my glow? We walked Alameda, we walked down Bill. When we were together, things felt so serene. Suddenly you changed the way you used to feel. How did your light change red so quickly from green? Rosie, tell me, where did it go wrong so long ago? Rosie, Rosie, why can't I bring myself to regain my glow? We went to Zinnies, to a brighter black box. The universe was finally mine for the thrill. We went to arcade, I was lost in my thoughts. You were my way out of thinking about the Georgia girl. Rosie, tell me, where did it go wrong so long ago? Rosie, Rosie, why can't I bring myself to regain my glow? Rosie, tell me, when did it go wrong so long ago? Rosie, Rosie, you're the only one who can help me regain my glow. I laid on a dune, I looked at the sky when the children were babies and played on the beach. You came up behind me as I saw you go by. You were always so close and still within reach. Sarah, Sarah, whatever made you want to change your mind? Sarah, Sarah, so easy to look at, so hard to define. I can still see them playing with their pails in the sand. They run to the water, their buckets to fill. I can still see the shells falling out of their hands as they follow each other back up the hill. Sarah, Sarah, sweet virgin angel, sweet love of my life. Sarah, Sarah, radiant jewel, mystical wife. Sleeping in the woods by a fire in the night, drinking white rum in a Portugal bar, then playing leapfrog, hearing about Snow White. You in the marketplace in Savannah, La Mar. Sarah, Sarah, it's all so clear I could never forget. Sarah, Sarah, loving you is the one thing I'll never regret. I can still hear the sounds of those Methodist bells. I'd taken the cure and it just gotten through. Staying up for days in the Chelsea Hotel, riding sad-eyed lady of the lowlands or you. Sarah, Sarah, wherever we travel, we're never apart. Sarah, Sarah, beautiful lady, so did my heart. How did I meet you? I don't know. What messenger sent me in a tropical storm. You were there in the winter, in the moonlight on the snow, in that lily pond lane when the weather was warm. Sarah, Sarah, Scorpio Sphinx in a calico dress. Sarah, Sarah, you must forgive me my unworthiness. Now the beach is deserted except for some kelp and a piece of old ship that lies on the shore. You always responded when I needed your help. You give me a map and a key to your door. Sarah, Sarah, glamorous nymph with an arrow and bow. Sarah, Sarah, don't ever leave me, don't ever let go. All right, and that was Rosie and Sarah. Favorite line in the Bob Dylan song, because I know you asked, Scorpio Sphinx in a calico dress. It's just such a cool image, but all of them are. For those of you playing along at home, they ended up getting divorced 2 years later. So that song didn't work, but it's still a good song. So that was that. And that's actually where the name of this album came from, Always So Close and Still Within Reach. It's the last line of the first verse. There are so many quotable lines in that particular one. So next week, I'm going to be, I believe, doing the This Time I'm Not Leaving Without You live stream, and you can look forward to that on Saturday night, or you can not look forward to it, but it's going to happen. And that is that. So I will see you on Saturday of next week. Again, I am Minnesota Mike, and you can, in addition to YouTube, I'm on Spotify, iTunes, and Facebook and Instagram, and all of that good stuff. So thank you so much for tuning in, and have a good week.